Hello everyone. Hello. It's Jaya, your maternity community champion, ready to bring you storytelling. And look at our special guest today. Who is it? Oh, if you're going to be shy, then you can't be my partner in crime. Shall we say the hello song? Shall we sing it? Okay. Count me from 5.
1, 2.
No, from 5.
1, 2, 3.
From 5.
No.
5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we go. Hello everyone. Well done, Phoenix. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. It's time to say hello. Hello.
Phoenix.
Hello.
Phoenix!
But it's me. Say hello to me. Oh.
Mama.
Hello everyone. It's time to say hello. Hi everybody. It feels like I didn't properly introduce myself before Phoenix and I started going a bit crazy. So I am Jaya, your maternity community champion from Venture Community Centre, and I'm bringing to you storytelling every week, aired every Monday, and then there's parent and baby yoga, which is available every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. So we're going to begin with a book that I will read, that Phoenix has selected for me to read to you. This book is called Marvin Wanted More. So once we finish reading Marvin Wanted More, we're going to share with you one of our stories, which is called Lola, Chloe and Zoe. And it's a story about love. So it's so fresh that we haven't even named it properly yet. Okay? All right, so let's begin with the story about Marvin Wanted More. Marvin wanted more. Marvin wanted more. The sheep in the meadow loved to play together all day long. But Marvin was feeling rather gloomy. "What's the matter?" asked Molly. "I can't run as fast or jump as high as the other sheep," grumbled Marvin. "I'm too small. It's not fair." "But I like you as you are," said Molly. But Marvin wanted to be just a little bigger. So when the other sheep had finished eating, Marvin ate some more. As Marvin ate more, he grew bigger and as soon as he could run faster and jump much higher than the other sheep. But as he grew bigger and bigger, he just wanted more until he could not stop. "Don't eat the forest," cried the other sheep. "You're getting too big," cried Molly. But Marvin loved being
Big.
He loved being bigger. "Just a little bit more," he said. And he munched up the forest in a matter of minutes. "That's enough," said Molly. But Marvin was too busy to listen. He gobbled up the mountains and drank whole lakes, but Marvin still wanted more. Then he swallowed an entire country in one big gulp, but Marvin still wanted a little bit more. So he jumped onto the moon and ate the world.
Why?
But then Marvin stopped. He was all alone. But he missed the trees and the meadow and the other sheep. But most of all, he missed Molly. He missed Molly. And this made him feel very, very ill. Oh. Then all of a sudden, Marvin was sick. Out came the world and everything with it. Although things weren't quite the same as they were before, Marvin felt much
better.
He did, he felt better. I like you just the way you are. Just the way you are, whispered Molly. I like me just the way I am too, said Marvin. And that's the end of the book, Marvin Wanted More. So now, guys, we're going to move on to the second story. And we can call this story Love. It's a story of love, and it's about 3 sisters, one named Lola, one named Chloe, and one named Zoe. One day, Lola was out in the garden. She was just looking at her 2 other twin sisters, Chloe and Zoe, playing. They did most things together. They were twins and they liked the same things. They dressed the same. Well, the 3 of them dressed the same. I guess Mum and Dad didn't want Lola to feel left out, so they would dress the 3 girls in the same clothes. Hey, relax, relax, relax. What's the matter? Is there something wrong? I am telling you a story. Do you not like this story?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll sit up. So, Mum and Dad would dress the 3 of them the same because I guess they didn't want Lola to feel left out. On this particular morning, Chloe and Zoe stopped playing and just started to hug each other. Real big cuddle they were giving each other. And Lola thought, I wonder why they're cuddling in this particular moment. So she walked over to them and said, Zoe and Chloe, why are you cuddling like that? What happened? Tell me, I want to know. So Chloe and Zoe explained to Lola, well, we are showing love. We are showing our love. And Lola said, but what exactly is love? Is love a cuddle? And Chloe and Zoe said, not exactly. Look, you're just going to have to experience it for yourself and then you'll know exactly how it happens. It's not something that we can, at the moment, put into words. But you will figure it out. You will, Lola. You will. One day. And when you do, we can all share our stories about it. So Lola went back inside the house. She ran up to her room and she said, right, I am going to find love. I am going to find love today. I want to know what my sisters know. You know, it's intriguing. Why don't I know what love is? If they know what love is, then I should know what love is too. So I'm going to go around this house and find love right now. So she looked through her toy boxes and baskets. She threw all of her teddy bears out, all of her toys out. She even took her books out of the bookshelf. She made a mess in her bedroom. The toys were everywhere. Teddy bears, cars, puzzles, flashcards, books. All of them, guys, all of them on the floor. If her mother had seen this, she would not have been pleased. If her father had seen this, he wouldn't have been pleased. That's one thing that really tends to annoy them. a messy room. But in this moment, of course, Lola did not care. She was on a path to find love. And the most irritating thing was that she couldn't find it in her bedroom. So she went into her parents' room. She pushed the door open and it creaked. She poked her head through the door and there was no one there. Good, she thought. Great. Okay, maybe under the bed. She looked under the bed. She couldn't see love there. She looked behind the door. She couldn't find love there. She had an idea. I know, in the wardrobe. It's huge. Lots of compartments. Love has got to be in the wardrobe. She opened the wardrobe doors. No love. She opened the drawers. No love. She opened another drawer. No love. Just a bunch of odd socks. This love thing is very, very complicated. That's exactly what she thought. Love is very, very complicated. She was frustrated. Lola was really, really getting frustrated. She felt quite exhausted now. All of that time spent opening cupboard doors, throwing toys out of their baskets, throwing books onto the floor, distressing her parents' bedroom. She was so tired. She didn't even tidy up. She didn't tidy up her mother's room, her father's room. She didn't tidy up her room either. And to be honest with you, she was now beginning to feel quite fed up with everything. She felt like giving up. And that is exactly what she did. She stopped. She said, okay, that's it. I've had it up to here. I cannot find love and it's just not fair. I'm going outside to play. So Lola ran down the stairs and went off into the garden. By the time she was in the garden and she could hear the wind blowing lightly and the leaves dancing, she started to feel a bit more calm. It was always quite calming being in nature. So she took a few deep breaths in and she exhaled. And after a few of those calming breaths, she said to herself, I'm not going to let this overtake my day. I am letting go. And with that attitude, Lola began to play in the soil, right next to her mother's veggie patch. Her mother was growing spring onions. She had 2 tomato plants. She also had sweet corn. Did I say sweet corn?
Yeah.
She had pumpkin plants. She had callaloo plants. And she had a pot full of spinach. She also had a pot of thyme, the herb. And as she looked around inside the soil, she could see different creatures. But the one that caught her eye was one that she had never seen before. Lola had never seen a ladybird. She was 4 years old, and this was the first time she got to see a ladybird. It was crawling slowly up her finger. And then Lola got a little bit panicked because it was tickling her skin and it was going up her arm. So she just got a bit scared, really. She kind of startled as she moved really, really fast, and that caused the ladybird to fall on the floor. So this ladybird had now turned over on its back, and it's had legs. It had quite a few legs, and the legs were wiggling around like this. So imagine the ladybird was on its back and the legs of the ladybird were wiggling like this. And she thought, oh, that looks a bit odd. Why is it wiggling like that? Why is it wiggling around? I wonder what it wants. Could it be hungry? Could it be sad? It's definitely not walking anymore. Maybe I ought to help this ladybird, because if it's not happy on its back just wiggling around, then that won't be nice, will it? No. So she got her finger and just tapped the ladybird very softly. And then the ladybird got back on his legs and was walking. She then decided to put her fingers really close to the ladybird's legs. The ladybird began to crawl into her hand. And she thought to herself, I really love this ladybird. It's so beautiful. I want to... Oh, excuse me. I want to keep it for myself. And just as she had that thought, her sisters, Lola, Chloe and Zoe, came over. And they asked, Lola, what are you doing? And Lola said, I've just found a ladybird. Look, here, look, it's crawling in my hand. It's so beautiful that I would love to keep it for myself, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it for myself. Chloe and Zoe objected. They said, oh my goodness, you can't do that. What about the ladybird's family? If you keep the ladybird, then it won't be able to see its family anymore. And I'm sure that ladybird loves its family. If you keep that ladybird to yourself, that won't be very loving, Lola. That won't be very loving, Lola. And Lola thought to herself that if she was taken away from her home and her sisters and her parents, that wouldn't be very loving. What would be loving, or an act of love, would be for Lola to be with her family. So in that moment, her heart was filled with love, and she lifted her palm up to the sky. And as soon as she lifted her palm up, this amazing, beautiful ladybird parted its wings and flew off into the distance. And that was an act of love. And Zoe, Chloe, they said, look, Lola, you let the ladybird go. That was an act of love. You have found love. And Lola said, wow, is that what love feels like? Is that where you find love? I just found love. That's so fantastic. Oh. So there you are, guys. Lola found love. In such a simple way. She put herself in the shoes of that ladybird and thought about how she would feel being away from her family. So she decided to treat the ladybird as she would expect to be treated. Isn't that a nice story, Phoenix? Okay, we're going to finish up now. You want more? Okay, so let's sing the goodbye song and then we read more. Ready? Cool. One. Oh, actually, no, riddle. Shall we say riddle? We can do the one last time, the one that we did last week, because that hasn't been answered yet. Come sit down, let's do a riddle. A new one?
Yeah.
Okay, the new riddle for today, guys, is what room has no windows or doors? I'll say it again. What room has no windows or doors? Have a guess, have a think, and just write it below this link. Share it with us. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap up now. Not for us, because we're obviously doing more stories after this, but for you, we'll see you next week. Hope you enjoyed. Not you, we're doing more stories now. We're just saying goodbye. All right, 1, 2, 3, join in. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for joining us. See you next week.
Another one.